Hi, good morning. Welcome to my space. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Candace, Candace May, formerly Random Acts of Candace. And today I want to get into some really heavy stuff. I'm in a really heavy mood and I want to get into some really heavy stuff. um, so I brought my channel back, made my first video, put it out there, was like, let it go, right? That's been challenging for me. It's been very challenging. The whole process of being a blogger, when I had my Random Acts of Candace channel, it was about self-love and it was about healing. My focus in my life was healing. I also talked about what else was going on in my life, but I have been on this journey to heal for over a decade now, just to be a whole person. And in that process, it's been very difficult because as you peel back certain layers and you go within yourself, you have these attachments to other people, other souls, other relationships, and there are these karmic bonds. And not only did these things that happened to me happen to me, for me, in my experience, there were other people involved. So when I open up my jar of wounds, they may not want their jar opened. And it has caused a lot of backlash. Just speaking my truth has been very abusive for me. But I still committed to standing in my truth and to continue to heal and to continue to grow and to continue to peel back the layers. And when you think you heal something, there's another layer of that same trauma. Like it's a never-ending process of peeling back layers and going deeper and deeper and deeper and diving into your own self and your own wounds, and filling that space with light. And the reason I'm bringing this up now, because now that I have made the conscious decision to bring my channel back, also at the same time on my Instagram channel, I've decided to be myself again. So when I was pregnant, I was in a very low place, and I didn't have the self-confidence to be myself. And I pushed and I tried, and I still had, like, I had a sexy photo shoot when I was pregnant, and I kept trying, but like I never felt like myself. And over the past few months, I've been coming back to feeling like myself again. And I felt like I'm ready to share. I am an artist. I love to create. I love to create with physical expression. I love to use my body as art and create. I love to create photos. I love to create stories. I'm just an artist. I paint. I do a lot of artistic things, and my Instagram was a work of art. I was going through my wanting to break the stigma and become free in my sexuality, and that was a really big thing for me, being free within my sexuality. It's been a very long path. I've had to live with the whore stigma, and I will get into a lot of that at a later date, but this is not the time. I'm not getting deep into that right now, but I had to live with the whore stigma. And in my marriage, I was called a whore, and my family were called trash, and I was told that my friends were whores, and it was really difficult. It was really difficult. See, the light's trying to come and blind me. For me, to just be okay with who I am and what I've done and what I've lived, because I always felt like I was being judged. And during that marriage, with my second marriage, which was to a woman in that non-sexual polyamorous marriage, she really helped me come out of that and she helped me with being okay to be me, because she was okay to be her, and it was very inspiring. And as I became okay with being me, the people who still weren't okay with being them started to attack me. And it hurt. And over the past couple of years, I haven't felt like myself. So I've really just withdrew. I focused on my children. I made my babies my priority. I still painted, you know, I still have journaled. Like, I haven't stopped journaling, but it wasn't the same, right? And now it's starting to feel the same again. Now I feel like I'm coming back to myself. But what was happening in my marriage with my ex-husband after divorce, it's now taking the same form and showing up with my son. Not both of my boys. One boy, he's just kind of like the peacekeeper. He's a Libra, so he's very much like, he just wants to keep the peace. But my other son is going through his own dark night of the soul. He's going through his own stuff. And I am a reflection of everything that is his wounding. So I did something very simple. It was my first like break out of my shell, come back to me. I went swimming in the bay, in the Bellingham Bay. I'm in Bellingham, Washington. The water is like on average year-round 47 degrees. I Googled it. It was about 42 that day. I've been saying for 2 years, actually I've been saying my whole life, I want to swim in the Pacific Ocean. I want to swim in the Pacific Ocean. Like, it's something I really want to do. And I've been amping myself up for it and then chickening out. And amping myself up for it and chickening out. Well, the other day I was just feeling really good. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I put my bathing suit on, I set up my camera, I jumped in, I jumped out, took my breath away. I was excited, I did it. Like, I swam in the Pacific Ocean, finally, you know? I grew up in Florida. Swimming in the ocean was like, we go to the beach all the time. I've lived at the beach, I've lived on islands, I'm an island girl. The ocean is my home, but this ocean is cold. But I wanted to go in. I needed to go in. My soul needed to go in. And I jumped in and I was so proud. I posted it on my Instagram, like, I did it. And last night, I'm already feeling in my feels because my 3-year-old son, his father showed up yesterday. And this morning I took him to the airport. I spent the whole morning crying. I don't know if you can tell. Spent the whole morning crying because I dropped my 3-year-old son off at the airport so he can go spend some time with his daddy. No one ever wants to drop their babies off. And it triggered me because I remember taking my boys to the airport so they could go spend a summer with their father, June of 2020. And it turned into them living with him. And then it turned into them not wanting to see me. And then it turned into like, we're living two completely realities and my son actually hates me. And I don't know how that happened. Well, I do, but like, it happened so fast. And it's like, what I refuse to do is make myself a victim. I understand that I'm a mirror. I understand that he is hurting. I understand that he is wounded. I understand that he's having feelings. And the hardest thing for a mother is to be in a position where I can't put my arms around him and hug him and be like, baby, it's gonna be okay, because I'm the bad guy. Like, what do I do with that? I don't know what to do with that. But last night I'm checking my social media and there's a comment from him on that picture of me jumping in the ocean. It's WTF ? What the fuck? It could mean anything. But I know. 12th house Aquarius, knowing without knowing, psychic as fuck. I know. I know the energy. Mom's being a whore again. I can feel the conversations. I can feel what his father is saying. I can feel it all. And it hurts because, you know, I love my baby and I want to teach them to be okay with being themselves and to love themselves. And, you know, like all of these things that I've strived to teach them, I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? And I'm keeping this really real because, you know, when I was blogging, I was always told, why can't you keep your fucking mouth shut? Why can't you leave the past in the past? Can't you ever get over it? If you can't leave the past in the past, you're not over it. No, I'm over it. Past is in the past, but I'm healing. And here's the life facts. You're either healing or you're hurting. Like truth. You could say I'm okay, and you can be okay. You can drink, you can do drugs, you can have sex, you can watch porn, you can eat, you can sleep, you can do anything to distract yourself, and you can feel fine. But if you're not facing the things that you have lived and experienced, if you're not actively facing them, feeling them, processing them, allowing the physical energy of trauma to move out of your body, because it will store in your body, like back pain, neck pain, leg pain, knee pain, anxiety, all of that fucking shit is shit you haven't dealt with. So you're either healing or you're hurting. And I know personally that these people, in my case, that accuse me of not letting go of things, have these pains, have these ailments, have these things. So you're either healing or you're hurting, right? And that's a fucking fact. Like, that's a fact of life. So I'm not going to keep my mouth shut doing my work so I can make you comfortable. You don't want to do your work. You know what I mean? You don't have to like me, ever. Nobody does. But if you're at peace in your space, in your life, in your reality, you wouldn't be feeling those things about me. So because you do, and this is for anybody in general, this could be you and the people in your life. I'm speaking in general now. If you're feeling some type of way about somebody, there's something in you that's triggering. There's something deep within you that you have not healed. And I wasn't going to even post about this. I was going to journal it and keep it to myself. I wasn't going to share this at all. I wasn't going to address it publicly. But you know what? I stopped living for myself a long time ago. I've dedicated my life to service. I'm here for the collective. I know how to raise my vibration. I know how, if I get triggered and I feel something so gut-wrenchingly painful, I can snap out of it like that, raise my vibration, rearrange my reality, and like process what I gotta process. Maybe I gotta cry, maybe I gotta throw up, maybe it really fucking hurts, but I know how to flip it, right? And it's not about me. It's about the collective. I'm here to show people how to raise their vibration, how to do the work, how to heal their trauma. If you're not healing, you're hurting, like for real, for real, for real. And it's an active process. We are in Earth School. And I left the airport. This morning, I cried and cried and cried. I took myself to the yoga shala. I was gonna go in for a practice, but I felt like throwing up and I was crying so much in the car, I didn't wanna go in there. And my partner's kind of emotional too because he doesn't want my son to go too. He's got this attachment to him now and he's missing him. And he was upset last night. He was in his feelings. He couldn't sleep and he was kind of emotional. You know, he's gonna miss We're all gonna miss baby Jacob. It's only 3 months, but 3 months is a long time, right? And I couldn't get out of the car. I was like so nauseous. I just kept crying. I sat in the parking lot for an hour and then I came back. I snuck in the front door. My mom's visiting, my baby sister, her boyfriend, and my baby Bella. They're all sleeping. I snuck in the house. I took a hot bath with Epsom salts. I lit a candle. I listened to Amanda Ellis, her video that she posted this morning. It was on gaslighting in the spiritual community and the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. And I'm like, this is showing up right now because this needs to be addressed. And I felt so strongly about that. And I didn't want to dry my hair because I didn't want to wake up the baby. I snuck out the front door, walked around the back, and came back here so I can sit in privacy, do a little meditation, and talk about what I need to talk about. And that's this, like, you know, maybe my son feels a certain way about me. Maybe his father feels a certain way about me. Maybe they feel like I shouldn't talk about this stuff. Maybe they think I'm so crazy, or as my son says, cap, because my reality is so different from his reality that what I'm saying is completely delusional to him. Maybe all of this is so, but here's the thing. My reality is mine. Your reality is yours. In my heart, whatever reality you're living, I support you. I love you. I may be the bad guy, but we're all souls here doing the same damn thing on this planet, and I'm choosing to raise my vibration. I'm choosing love. And if I have to walk this path alone, I will walk it alone. I've done it before. I will walk it alone, and I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to fall into a little box that says I have to look a certain way and be a certain way and act a certain way. If I feel like getting naked, I'm going to get naked. It's natural to be naked. Clothing was an invention for warmth. Clothing was made to keep people warm. It's turned into a whole nother thing, but there's nothing wrong with the human body. It's the most natural thing to you. As a matter of fact, everybody came from a vagina. Everybody came from a womb. You know, I am a mother. I carry Mary Magdalene energy. I carry Mother Mary energy. Like, I have strong divine feminine in my chart. I've got like some serious ass placements with my planets, like my Pluto retrograde in the 8th house, my Neptune retrograde in the 10th house. Like, my Mercury's at 29 degrees and my Taurus, with my Taurus stellium in my 3rd house. Like, I've got a lot of really strong fucking placements. And that's why I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. Because I didn't come here to keep my mouth shut. I came here to speak my truth. I came here to have experiences, experience them, feel them, process them, understand them, and share them. That's what I came here to do. So, I'm going to leave it at that, because it's just gonna, I could keep going and keep going and keep going, but I told myself I'm gonna keep these short as I'm building, and I'm at 19 minutes going into 20 minutes now. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this short, and I want to do a little meditation, and I want to do a little stretching, and I love everybody unconditionally. Even if I'm the bad guy in your story, I still love you. We're still family. We're soul family. And if you're not healing, you're hurting. That's all I gotta say. Nah, come into the light. See the light? Hope everyone has a beautiful day. Thank you so very much.